Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Taiji, where I don't have all the solutions just yet, but I wanted to release a little something to let y'all know that I haven't forgotten. This is not dead yet. So let me show you. Hopefully I rigged up these images correctly. Unfortunately, when I tab out of the game, it does kill the audio, and as far as I can tell, there's no way to make that not happen. So the first thing I did was I went around to all the map pegs, and I gathered the shapes that we had to enter to make the map appear, because I'm figuring that that's what this is. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is that actually there are too many regions, right? This is a 9x9 grid that we've been given here, and we have 10 3x3 groups. The one that the square that is yellow highlighted there at the bottom middle of the image is the one behind the waterfall, which doesn't even appear on the map unless you are standing at that specific square. I am wondering if it's the case that we're just going to ignore that top middle one entirely, because if you look at the positions of the squares on this overall map, if you ignore that top one, they are pretty cleanly laid out in a nice like 3x3 grid. So let's just try entering that and see what it does. And if that's not right, we can fiddle with it. So this part looks like this. Nope, sorry, I'm drawing them according to where I put the inset rather than where the actual square is. Okay, this is the top left, and then this is the middle left, and this is the bottom left. And then if we're assuming that the waterfall is supposed to be bottom middle, then this goes here, and this is top middle. And then we have you like that in top right, and like an X in the middle right, and then straight across here? No, okay. All right, what if we're not supposed to use the waterfall one? What if it's the other three in that middle column laid out roughly as they are? That doesn't quite jibe with the positioning of the rest of the things, right? Because this, I guess you can't see my mouse cursor over that because it's whatever. That the ones and zeros area is like out of row with everything else, and then it puts the that 3-pip diagonal one sort of in line with the other tops. But let's just assume we are supposed to just read them as a column. That would make the shape this. Okay, that was correct. So yeah, you are just supposed to disregard the middle map peg, which is interesting. Also, a thing that I would like to point out. Oh, maybe that's what you put in here? Or I mean, like, the thing on the... Yeah, okay. The thing that's actually shown on there is 0. Okay. So that's what I was going to say is if you look, you can actually see the edge of this on the one that's projected on the left side of the screen right now. You can see the edge of the box. And I was like, it's weird that there's another box, right? But yeah, of course, because there is another map peg, and we know that already. That's why there's another box. Fair enough. All right, I got a couple more here. So I took, actually, let me position myself on this one, the paintings one. The big mansion full of art. So I went up to the mansion and I ran around for a while looking for anything that was laid out in this way. And it took me some time, but I think I figured it out. So I've pasted together here bits of a whole bunch of screenshots. You can see where the edges are, so that we have a full picture of the outside of the mansion. I think what's being shown in this puzzle is the windows that have that square shape in the center of them. And at first, like, I was pretty happy with it from looking at, like, the top 2 floors. But the bottom floor, I was like, well, wait a second. There's just too many damn windows. All of a sudden, this doesn't line up anymore, and I'm less confident. But I think you have to just disregard those 3 windows that have, like, the Y shape in them. It's just the windows with the squares. And I don't know exactly what we're supposed to fill in, but it seems pretty obvious, right? That there's, like, a bunch of these have red visible in them and a bunch of them don't because of the carpets. It's a little tricky because like the leftmost middle row leftmost doesn't have brown or red in it. It has white in it because what you're seeing through there is part of the staircase. So, yeah, I don't know. My plan here is let's light up all the ones that are red. So the third one in the middle row, and then the fifth and the sixth, leftmost in the bottom row, and then rightmost, and also this one. And if this doesn't work, then we're probably going to have to like fiddle with those bits that represent the staircases. Okay, but cool. No, it's the one that it looked like it was. That's great news. I have one more here, but I don't have an idea actually how to solve it, so we're going to maybe work this one out a little bit live. I went back to the quarry area. I've spent a little bit of time running around in each area. These were just the three where I saw a thing that I felt like might be the puzzle. I do not have leads on the others yet. Okay, so we can see these solar panels here, which are very conspicuous, are laid out in the same arrangement of the same dimensions as the puzzle. What I don't... My guess here is we light up these ones because these are the ones that are carved off by the power cable running through. Okay. Is it maybe just like the exact inverse of that? It is not. Okay, I didn't really think that was going to be it because I would assume that the answer is going to have something to do with, like, lines, right? Like with horizontal lines. Let me, for my sake, because my preview window is a little bit small, let me open that up in a larger size on my other monitor here so that I can see these in greater detail. Yeah. My assumption would be that the puzzle for this area would have to do with line shapes, right? It would be that we have to produce a shape a couple of times. But to be perfectly honest with you, just looking at these things, I don't see any indication of like where you would draw lines in this this thing. Some of them are shaded by the crappy like corrugated steel roof, but not in a way that has any obvious meaning, I think. All right, you know what? Here, I'm gonna turn off that image. We'll just run over there real quick. Yeah, it's not too far. By the way, this thing, I was not sure before why this is the answer. I think I get it. I think it's because this. And of course, this is a darkened color, so you'll light the other two squares. Like, that's what it was. We brute forced it, but it turns out it was, in fact, right there. And I like that a lot as an entrance puzzle because it's exactly the same kind of puzzle that you have to notice in the world to do the stuff inside. All right, over. There's so many stairs. Why does this have to be so separated from everything? Okay. So they're right up here. Oh! Wait a minute. Did y'all see that? Look at that. So whether it's visible or not depends on where you're standing to some degree. I kind of hate that, but okay. Just walk down these kind of slowly and see what else appears. Okay, that one's also got a horizontal line. This one's also got a horizontal line, but it's worth noting that these are definitely not supposed to be the same color. Yeah, it's like you're getting the reflection of the sun off of them, and they're like dirty in different degrees. Mm-hmm. That one's got the dark horizontal line. Okay, that's way more satisfying. So, bright line in the top and bottom of the middle column, dark line here and there. I'm going to try to remember that. Also, I do have screenshots that I can refer to if we have to. My guess was it was something that had to do with like the way the clouds are passing overhead or something. It was something that couldn't be captured easily in a still image, basically, is why I wanted to run back over there. And I guess in a way I was right, kind of. Because I will say, I got a little, a little paranoid, a little conspiratorially minded, trying to find environmental clues for some of this stuff. And I was definitely like scrutinizing the way the clouds were moving over the trees in this area. Okay, so it's like this and this and this and this, right? So we just have to make shapes that will make sense for these. So this square... Okay, this square can't be dark. This square must be dark. Which means this square can't be dark. All right. Is there a reason that it can't just be like this? Because those are the same shape, except that the line is not in the same cell in the shapes. Then we just like draw around these and... No, maybe I missed some symbols. Oh, because it's not this square, is it? It's this square. I'm going to go look at my screenshots because, yes, I am already forgetting. Was it 2 down? No, it was 1 down. I have those marked correctly according to those screenshots. Maybe I didn't see all of the shapes. Because if I did see all of the shapes, this should be a valid solution, right? Oh, no, sorry. The line here is in the middle. It's not at one of the edges, so... Okay, let me reset it. These are the lined spaces, so... Okay, this has to be lit, because this shape can't extend that way. This has to be dark, because this shape can't extend downward, which means that has to be dark. Which means this has to be lit because you can't extend that way. Then what? This has to be dark because if it was lit, it would connect to here, which is impossible for that one. Which means that is dark, which means that is dark. Oh, see, this becomes problematic, though, very quickly, doesn't it? Because this also then... has to be dark by the same logic, because otherwise this would connect to here, which would require this to reach off the bottom. And then you end up with this shape necessitating dark there. And that is problematic, because now this shape is connected, and so we have like a repeating pattern issue. Right, yeah, that's not going to work. Did I screw up that logic somewhere? Is there another way to do this? Gosh, looking at this again makes it feel like I was right, though. Also, these are horizontal lines that we captured, not diagonal ones. So we're not looking at rotations. We are looking at they have to be exactly the same shape. Yeah, I mean, it makes me want to run the exact same line of logic, which I gotta tell you, feels pretty problematic. So we're gonna end up in the same spot real quick here. Okay, so what if we... But yeah, then we run into this problem where this square cannot be dark and it cannot be light. And if this square is dark, the puzzle's impossible. But also if this square is light, the puzzle is impossible. They were horizontal, right? I'm going to tab back out and just look at those screenshots that we just took real quick. Yeah, I mean, they're very clearly horizontal lines running right across the center of the panel. Okay, well, here's a problem. Hold on. I'm being silly. So I marked these ones as dark just to keep them, you know, sort of like marked in the puzzle so that we could remember where things were. And I marked these ones as light for the same reasons, but these don't actually have to be the colors these are. This is probably light, and this one could be dark. If we run it like that, we just have to remember that these two are the same color, and the top and the bottom are the same color. Because if we run it like that, it's okay for this shape and that shape to collide. Right, we can do, what was it? This thing. Yeah. And then... Oh, sorry, this has to be enclosed the rest of the way. Yep, okay, there we go. All right. So, maze area, I have no idea. Pip's area, I have no idea. This, I think I have some idea. I think I understand where these 6 cells are drawn from. It's just a matter of figuring out how to create the area of the rest of this. It's going to take some more looking around. This one, I still have no idea. This one's interesting. I'm not sure about this one either, but this one is for the opposite reason, which is that there are too many additional sets of 1s and 0s. A lot of these, I don't see anything that could possibly be this pattern in the environment. Here, there are tombstones and head markers with numbers or symbols that obviously represent 1 and 0 on them that we did not use for any puzzles all over that damn graveyard. So I really don't know what to make of this. And this one, similarly, I have no idea at all yet what in the area could be referring to this. Or this could be a reference to, the other way around. But in any case, that's some progress, right? We're getting some stuff figured out. So I think, like I said, I just wanted to drop a little episode here to show you that I am still working on it. It is a little tricky. It's a little bit more involved than a lot of the puzzles have been, and I'm really, really into it. I'm having such a good time, like, snooping these out. There'll be another episode before too much longer. I'm going to try real hard to make that true. So when you come back next time, I'll have a couple of more pieces of the environment cut up and figured out for y'all, and we'll see you then.